It's like fucking TV guide music. Or hotel lobby music. Yeah, hotel lobby.
Elevator music.
This one time when I was on this trip through Eastern Europe, veterans of the stream will know. A couple years ago, a couple summers ago, we were. What country was it? Hold on. This was in Lithuania. This was in Vilnius, Lithuania. When I arrived there, I arrived via Flixbus stupidly early because it was literally the only Flixbus out of the previous country, which I think was Latvia, which I couldn't have been happier to get out of. I think it was Latvia into Lithuania. So then I got to the hotel too early, and there was no one there who could check me in, and it was a hotel, but also it was a office gathering space where people can get rooms. Like, okay, the bottom was like a lobby, and there were several floors in this building, some of which were offices to certain companies. And the bottom lobby floor also had several of these like rooms that were locked by key card that any of those businesses could use as long as they were open. You know, they probably had some system where they're like, oh, I reserved this room. So the reason why I know this is because I was stuck sitting down there for like, I don't know, 9 hours waiting for this fucking hotel to open, like, or maybe a little less than that. Like the check-in was at noon, and I got there at like fucking 5 in the morning, ultra early. I got there, I couldn't even get in. I had to wait till like the first motherfucker cleaning lady showed up, and that's when I got to get in, like super early for the office building.
Yeah, I had that in Chiang Mai. That was awful. We arrived at 6 and we could check in at 2.
And so I was stuck. I got let in by these ladies before the place even opened, and I just sat down in a little waiting spot, and on the overhead was this horrible fucking playlist of like housey, royalty-free remixes of pop songs. And it was on loop, and it was a video of only about an hour long. So you can imagine, I got to hear these songs a lot, and like it was bad. And I was up all night on the bus. Because I streamed, I had just been continuously streaming, so I just like was falling asleep in the lobby and kept getting woken up by either fart sounds from these wonderful people or from this music or people coming in and stuff like that. I was just laying there surrounded by my luggage for hours before they finally did it. That was awful.
Yeah, I hate that.
It was fucking terrible. I did it on stream though.
I've been up the whole night in the bus from Bangkok to Chiang Mai, and it was cold. I don't know why, because I hated it. And I forgot my charger and my power bank in said bus.
Well, that's rough.
And then I had a mental breakdown.
That's why I've done those bus rides once from Bangkok to Phuket. So kind of like the same thing you did, but south.
I did Chiang Mai to Phuket.
Oh, that's
25 hours.
Yeah, it's so long on a bus, and I'm like, I don't want to do it. Because I also did this once when I was younger. I went from Barcelona to Amsterdam via Euroline, which doesn't exist anymore, but it's essentially Flixbus.
Yeah, I know that.
And it was like a 25-hour ride. And we got stopped at every border by cops because the fucking immigration and stuff like that, they were popping people off of there and stuff. I would just hold up my blue passport, and they're like, do you think I'm not looking for Americans? You know, they're like, no, we're looking for them green passports, you know? Is essentially what they're doing, really. But yeah, it was a whole nightmare trip, and it was like in February too. So I went from Barcelona to this, but there was like proper snow stuck on the ground when I arrived in Amsterdam. It was bad, like really snowy. It sucked so bad. But yeah, I don't ever want to take those again, especially with how cheap the flights are from Bangkok to anywhere else in Thailand. They're so cheap, and you can bring anything. You can bring a lot with you real easily. Quick direct flights, like an hour, and you still get a meal. If you do Bangkok Airways, you always get lounge access. They straight up got a buffet there.
Oh, that's nice.
Dude, Asian Airlines are amazing. If you hop around, you always get meals and